Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're working on the face recognition project. So let's get started. So I already opened the project on face on the PyCharm, and I recommend to use a tool for Python development. So in our directory, we got it store, and this will be stored file image. And for training, and we can make a new folder for file and now face image. So we can compare to our trainers data. Right, so the first I'm going to run the app by in PyCharm we will run this by run and should select the app and open it in Firefox and you should see a first message. Right, this is we did in our router. Let's open the app.py. And the default router we got only allow guest method with slash, and that mean we return example method. Okay, right. The last video, remember we are allow user to add new image. That image fake image, and we can add some user info and for train pre-train our service. Open this on Parchment. Okay, so Parchment is loading. And also we are going to user add QL by browser. I'm sorry, open wrong way. It should be add QL live browser, and we use this to to design our database, and we can see this in result in our database. Open this file and select to our database.db file. So let's open that in face recognition project and open database, and we got to the folder face that with ID default January by SQL, and we got the user ID. User ID is exactly the ID in user folder user table, and we got the file name. We store file name exactly in our store and created the file that time we created file name, and same in the users we got the ID and name create. Right, so we can browse data. We got some data information like face and user name. Alright, so I'm going to implement a new user in profile. So how we do that? Alright, I'm going to import router for user profile. So app.router. We got a user, API user with user ID. If you name this argument, it's allowed add any type of argument. So I want to only remember in our user table the ID is exactly integer. So we need to format it in and allow only integer in our router parameter. And so define new function user profile with user ID as parameter. Right, so first thing I'm going to return something, return success handler. Success handler and error handler is exactly two functions we just create in the last video to return with the output and start HTTP code default with 200 success HTTP code. And we got success handler. In this case, I'm going to do, and for example, we got a user equals something and something, an object, and something now is the empty object, and return JSON dump with the user and default. Right, so we got it, and in this case, I'm only allow the methods, only an array with get and delete. I'm going to implement two methods, delete a user and get a user. So let's refresh the app and let's do by localhost port 5000 and user 1. Alright, so I got strong API. So user 1, now you see an empty. And if you want to get some ID equal user ID, refresh this. Now you should see ID 1. And if you change ID to number 3, you should see 3 in a callback. Alright, so that's how we check our router working. Now I'm going to do this. Return this if requires those methods. If we check the method equal get, I am going to do right get user by ID and user ID with parameter, and if requires those methods equal delete, and I'm going to delete user by ID. And I recommend you get user by ID. It should be a user equal like that. We return something. I'm sorry. And delete it. And we always return with user ID. User ID. So we return with the success handle with JSON .stem. With a method like that, list and true, and we always do that. Okay, so and here we return this success handle with user return and post 200. Okay, so we got like that, but we have to create two function in our project. Get user by ID. Let's copy and name that, and in the top I am going to do define a new function with get user ID, default user ID in parameter. We do something right here. Get user by ID. I am going to query in our database with. Alright, so get back to our database, and we need to make a new function for db. Define a new function for select with query and argument. And here we do cursor equal self.connection.cursor and result equal we return this. Select we return cursor dot equals with query and argument, right? That's enough. So in this case, go ahead to user our app.db. Remember, we set app.db to our database class. Select function wizard created with query to be. Alright, query should be. And let's stop this. Let's make further. So db.select file select user.id, user.name, user.created from user, and where user.id equal query and question mark something the argument to be user ID. So we got the results, and in our database we got a user with also the face. And for example, I want to select the face with the user ID 3. So how we do that? So I'm going to use a lab zone right here from user and lab zone with face on face dot user ID equal user.id. So that's our query. And also we need to select more field right here, phrase.id, phrase.user ID, phrase.file name, phrase.create. It's the time we create file and save that. And here we can map all results. So in the for row in results, I'm going to print something and get user. We need to return something. So user, it should be an object. And here return user should be default. Return user results at print row. Get user by ID. Okay, so we need to implement a new method to delete user by ID. And user ID, define user ID with user ID. And for now, I just want to print. Right, okay. Do this later. Alright, so let's run the app. And for now, I want to select all user with user ID 3 and return nothing. So let's see in our report, we got only one row with user ID, name, and created. And next is this should be an phrase with phrase ID and user ID and file name and date time when created that phrase. That's first time the date when we user trained our service. So we need to map item to a user result. How we do that? Alright, so I'm going to do this. Alright, so let me show you if we change in the phrase with user ID, let's change it to number 3, and that means a user had two face image. Let's save that. And now let's run the app again. Now you should see two items. See that? Two items. So we need to map the user and the face into a user object. So how we do that? First thing, I'm going to set a variable for I equal 0. So, alright, even index equal 0. So if index equal 0, and we do something. And in the for, inside the for, we have to increase index equal index plus 1. Right. If index equal 0, we got user equal with ID. It should be row. Index of the row should be 0. And we got the name row with name index 2 is 1. And let's see, created should be row 2. And an array of face default, let's create an empty array. Alright, user should be like that. And we got this phrase equal an object. For example, ID, the phrase should be from 0, 1, 2, 3, from 3, row 3. And should be file name, user ID. Should be row number 4. Let's copy that. And we got the file name number 5 and create this number 6. And here let's add a user, so user phrase dot append new item to with phrase. Okay, so let's see. Now I'm going to refresh the app and see in our result. Alright, what happened? Which page now? Alright, so maybe it's some happened right here. User phrase return a user. So let's see. Alright, user and should be JSON dot dump user. Okay, refresh the app. Now I believe we should get an user object in our data. Right, this is cool. So now you see the user my name and ID. It had two phases. That's cool. So let's what happen if I change number to 1 and see what happened. We got phrase null. I'm sorry. So we need to check if phrase content phrase we need to add to phrase, or even otherwise we don't add to this. So let's get back to get the user by ID and we do like it. When we append this, we check if right ID in phrase. Let's add this. Okay, so refresh it, and now you don't see any. Alright, so what happened? Refresh. Okay, so if ID in phrase. Right, so we got this. If row, we need to check the row. If row is we need to make sure the row number index 3, the content number 3 should be 3, or refresh again. Now should see like that, and you know see now the free item should be empty object. That's cool. And number 2 empty, number 3 empty. Alright, number 2 is content 2 free, and number 4 right is empty. Number 5 right is number 5 is content 1 face image. Number 6 that's empty. And if it's empty, I want to do this to make a verify app user. So in here we do like this: if return user, if ID in user, you can return user, otherwise return none. So what happened? Return none, and now in our database we got null value. But I want to do this. We check in user get user profile if in our API if user and return this, and otherwise we return arrow handler with the method user not found and the post code to be 404. That's cool. Let's refresh the app, and now refresh our API. We should see a user not found. Let's change user to number 3. Okay, so that is how we make a user profile API RESTful service. Now I'm going to make a request to delete. I've changed it. Now I want to delete the user 3, and for now let's delete equal 2, but we didn't implement the delete query. So in database I am going to make a new function, define delete with query argument equal default. Right, let's copy this, and when the delete function, we need to do this by result equal, and this do like this, and we need to commit our database sap.connection.commit. Okay, so delete method created. Let's get back to our get user by ID and delete user by ID. Alright, I'm going to do this by call to app.db.delete function wizard create query now delete from user, and where user.id equal question mark, which argument now is user ID. We only delete, and now we also delete all the phrase with user ID phrase. So app.db.delete from phrase where phrase.user ID equal question mark. It should be argument, and we got user ID as the argument. So now it's cool. And here refresh the app. Let's change it to first is the get, and we got the result. And let's change it to delete, and we got the delete. And now let's get again. Now see the user not found because we did delete it. And now refresh, we don't see any user ID number 3. And change to user ID 3 again. Again for 1, 2, 4, 5. 1, 2. Sorry, that should be delete. Number 2, delete. Number 1, delete. Number 5, delete. Alright, so I believe all user deleted. Refresh it. Alright, 1 to 4 left. Alright, 4 left. Let's change number 4. Right, got this, and we got it. Okay, so all user again. And let's see number 3. Let's see no more free. So that is how we implement a new delete method, an API. I'm going to do a very interesting thing. We did allow user to upload with the email for train, and our API should be API and train. The train should be the post method. With the body should be form data, and the name, for example, my name, and allow user upload pre-trained image with the name is file, and select, for example, I want to train the system, and this is the me, like that. I want to train this. Alright, pause, allow request on the server. API train. Right, API train. So now you should see install file is okay. So save a file for training and pre-train, and then user can upload another file for recognize and detect this face already in our system, and we can fetch a user info with the matches user. So that is how we work. And data browse, we got a user, this is my name. So alright, I want to do like this. Now we got a new folder, new router. I'm going to make a new router for recognize the face, record for face, like up and now face. Right, so we got to define new router, app.router with function API recognize, right, router like that. And the methods I only allow with the get, part. We only allow the part method. So for now, let's return it. Success handler. We need to validate with JSON to validate the app is working. So for now, let's try to okay, file a user, right, like that, and now refresh the app, and now create a new, delete this. I'm going to copy that, and we got the two port method with API recognize that, and we port the data, and we got this example a matrix from an API server file user. This is we verify the app router is working. Cool. So now we need to allow user uploads in the body form data with the image file and file name. For example, we need to, in the training, I just upload this file for pre-trained, that is me, and in recognize I'm going to upload this image, something like that. And in our backend we will save that image file, and now image file, and save it to another folder. So in store I am going to create a new subfolder that is and now and new folder is trainers. This is our image trained. So I'm going to move this trained image to our train folder. And now, so we need to listen more config file, and this upload file we now to change this in API train. So we got API config file name. So let's do this. Be trainers store. So trainers store equal path.run with a default API config with the folder trainers. That we only store a train image into trainers folder, and upload that. We save that. So for an example, let's refresh it first. I am going to find an image from Obama. So let's change to image. So for now, I'm going to let's pick an example page and this picture and save that. And Barack Obama, Barack trainers. We train this is Obama, and another image. It should be maybe like this. Alright, save that. Alright, Obama. Alright, and now that means we will send it to our system. Alright, for now, let's see in our download folder we got Obama trained. We are going to train this, and we'll compare this. Maybe different, and I'm not sure our system can be detect, but just for telling, let's see. So let's upload the trainers image that tell to our system he is Obama, and give him some memory. Let's upload it again. Get back to our API train, and we're going to add name to be Barack Obama, and select the file to be Obama trained, and we need to train our system to be know this Obama, and create this and return Barack Obama, and right, it's Barack Obama uploads to our trainers folder. It's really cool. So now in our project, in our recognize method, we are going to upload this file. For example, upload an example file like me, and here is the image we trained this. Maybe different, two different. I'm not sure it can be detected or not, but just telling like that. Okay, so this is image already trained, and here is an image we are going to compare. So let's tell it nothing did happen. So we do have to compare this. Alright, so let's do a main important job. So alright, so I'm going to upload this file. So let's check if file is the not in request.file, and we return to user something like it. Is return arrow handler with the method phrase. Alright, image is required. Like that. And else we do something. or else we upload image. So else we need to do file equal request dot file is a file. We name the file is a file. If you want to name the image, I'm sorry, if you name to image right here, so you have to guess if image not in and require the image like that. So for now, I named it the file. It depends on you. You want to, alright, so you need to change it back to a file, right? And we verify if file is required file, and here we need the file name equal security in file name, file dot file name, like that. And also we need to do validation, file extension validate. So we do have to validate because in our setting we only allow image PNG and JPEG. Right. So we have to validate that if alright file does my type is not in our app config file allow. So if not, you return a method. Then the user error handler with the method. Alright, file extension is not allowed. Like that. Okay, and otherwise, else we do something right here. File equal file name and begin uploads equal file.c and file path. So how we do file path? So now store we are upload now to be this now equal app path.zone with app.config and store app.config store, make sure it's correct, app.config store, copy that, make sure we don't have any mistake right here, app.zone with the name of folder we are going to upload, that either a now, alright, file path now, file path path.zone again with a now store with the file name. So file path. Okay, so let's do not update that file path. Okay, save that. Okay, so file is already saved, and now we do need to compare this file. So we can call and right for now I'm make a test by unit right file name to compare it with file name. Okay, so now refresh the app and let's see. The first thing we need to validate to make sure we are not include file uploads in request. Now you should see a message image is not required, and let's add another image, for example, a PDF file. We got C and file extension is not allowed. Alright, so validation is working very good. And I get back to this image I'm going to compare, and we should see image file name file name to compare it, and you notice it should be inside to now. Okay, cool. So let's delete this. Alright, I'm going to make a new file, new class in our Python application. I am going to do it, let's name it maybe the free.py. Okay, free, we got class free and define default init live function. So in it, I am going to include the app, and so sap.app equal app. Alright, we need to do sap.store equal app.store, app.config store. Right, I would like to do that. You know, in our database now we got user refresh. We got two people, that is me and Barack Obama. So user ID is number 6 and Obama is number 7. And in the face table we got this. The file name is a user ID number 6 and it belongs to file name in our trainers folder is a one.cpg. And also Barack Obama trainers file. So how do we load this? So first thing in the phase I'm going to do, preload all the image into the Anchor's image data, and we can compare later. Right, so I'm going to do is self dot loss all. I'm going to do that. So we need to define a new function self. Define a loss all. Alright, we lost our image. So in this case, we need to do. Let's see. We got the DB. Sap.db equal app.db, or even should db equal app.db. So that means in our application we can call like this. Alright, so we can call by app.phrase equal phrase, but we have to import from, this is exactly name of the file phrase, import name of class is name of phrase, we import phrase like that, from phrase and import phrase. And here we can do a phrase equal phrase with app as a parameter when we initialize this. So right, for now let's print something. Hey, yeah, lost all. Okay, so let's verify lost all. Okay, so keep it. Now refresh the app to see hello there, module name phrase. Alright, phrase. Alright, my mistake, my bad. The phrase.py should be a root of project. Okay, my bad, sorry, I'm sorry. Refresh the app again. Now we got a message, hey there. Alright, it worked, load all. And now I want to load all the user email and pre-phrase image. So I'm going to do this. Readers equal, so I can put readers equal self.db, and we got self.db set app.db dot select with the parameter exactly query. Query is select phrase dot id, phrase dot user id, phrase dot file name. Maybe that is that enough. I think that's enough. And from phrase table. Okay, so db select like that, and here we can load by for row in readers. We print row, and for debug, for now let's debug this. Refresh the app, you should see, and this is the file name, file ID, free ID, user ID with the file name and Barack Obama. Okay, so now I want to map all the images into the phrase. So like this. We want to sap.phrase equal an array. And here I can do like this, phrase equal with the ID equal should be row number 0. Phrase user ID with row number 1. Right, file name. Row number 2, index file. Right, it's enough. If you want to select more, like phrase dot created, that should be has more field name like created with row number 3, index number 3, and here we can call this self dot phrase equal sorry, and those be append new item phrase. Okay, that's, and here if you want to see all the, you can print this self dot phrase bring up to the loop. Now I'm going to refresh up to see phrase with an array of objects. Alright, cool. You can store it and use it later, maybe later. And for now, I am going to make this. And it's in the command store all the phrase in case arrays of phrase object. Right, do like that. And one more thing, that now, so phrase and code encoding. Now encoding phrase equal should be an array. Phrase data for reconnect, like that. And here we need to import a new library for import. If you don't know how to, if you didn't watch about how to install this library, please watch part 1 this tutorial. Alright, import phrase recognition. And here we go ahead to do this. And so I want to map a new item, so new variable, so here self dot phrase user. Alright, phrase user equal should be an object. Phrase user. Alright, phrase user index key. Right, user key, like that. So we do like it, and I will explain right below here. So when we add, we store all the phrase in array. Now let's do this. We got import phrase recognition. So I'm going to load this. So file and user, and do this user ID equal, it should be number row 1. Let's copy that. Or we can move this to the top, and here we can use user ID. And file name equal number row with number 2. Okay, so and go ahead, user file name right here. Okay, right, so intro, let me think a bit. We got, okay, so we got this image equal like phrase image equal phrase recognition those lost image file for now. It should be a file, we only the file name, but we need the path to the trainers file. So how we do like that? I'm going to make a new function, file lost image lost file by name, and return exactly path. So for us now, let's do this by our file name with the file name, and we return self dot up our chapter store and going to pass dot zone, but we didn't import path. We have to import the path from OS. Import path zone store with name. So that's how we make a return and lots file about name. So here we do the image and control self does load file by name and file name. Exactly file name we this right here, and file is me. And phrase image encoding equal phrase image number 0 like that. I'm sorry. Encoding equal phrase recognition does phrase encoding with exactly phrase image. And so we'll only say, because in this tutorial we know exactly one people is only on phrase in each image. He can only many phrases face image, but on one image it contains only one face. So we get only for item. So now we got the phrase image encoding, and now I'm going to insert phrase image encoding into our cache now encoding phrase. And so let's do the first index key equal. So how do we know index key? We need to check self dot now index key, and I'm going to use it should be an array which is length to check the number index. So the index key now we are going to insert because I need to map the user belong to phrase encoding. For example, in this case, do right. So now phrase self dot now phrase encoding phrase dot append new phrase image encoding. That means now we add new phrase encoding to array and for compare image later. Now we got the index key. So how do we import map the user? We know phrase encoding image that belong to user. So we got the index key right here, and we add new to phrase user key, and so in call this self dot phrase user key dot with string, or it should be index key string, but the index key when we call this function length, that means return the number item in the now encoding phrase array. So this would be integer. So I'm going to move this by index key string equal str string, that we now convert this integer to int string, and we can go ahead use this number 0 and dot format and copy that. So equal user ID. So we map the index key and to be user ID. So cool. Right, so let's run the app again. Let's see any error. So we got some error right here. Lost file name. Alright, file name should be lost file by file name. Lost train. I'm going to rename it to lost train file. So we have to store a return file name, and we need to use store equal path dot store with self dot store with name folder trained, and here this should be like this. Okay, now run this. Okay, cool. So if you want to know encoding phrase, let's self now phrase encoding. Now you should see what we have. Right, this is data, and we going to compare. This is our data. This is our system already learned this, and so now we need to compare in some image. So I want to do this by. Alright, so we got app and get back to our app.py, and the user now going to upload and recognize new image. So the file to compare this to image, and now so we need to call this stat handle. We got the file, save a file name. So I'm going to do this app.face. Remember, we add the face class to our app with the initializer face. So I'm going to do app.face.recognize image. Recognize image from with the file name. So we only take the file name. So file name. We got the file name right here. Recognize image. Or even we can make a shorter app.face recognize. So recognize is the function, but we didn't create that. So have to create in the face class. So I'm going to create a new and add it right here. Define new function for recognize. So the first parameter is the file name. Alright, and now file name. That is the file name we are going to compare in the system. Let's uncomment this code, and we don't see any. Okay, so for now, recommend. I'm going to do this. If I got results equal something, it should be an array. So results. It should be return results, and if result. So we can do return it. Return. Alright, so success handle with listen those dump with the result like this. Result should be result and user ID. So it does, for example, file the method. We file and user ID match your face image. It was, and so should be an argument 0, and here I'm going to dot format, and should be return a user ID. So user ID, format user ID, now like that. And in the face recognize, I'm going to return an example. Right, return user ID, for example, return user number 3. Okay, recognize. Okay, let's refresh the app, and I'm going to recognize again. Let upload the image. We found a user matches. Now now should be an image to add to another folder. We got a user number image 3. So because we return an example 3. So now we need to compare the image. So we do that. And I'm going to make a function right here, define loss and now file by name. Should be set a name again. Right, so I am going to copy this because we change a bit only. So we change this to a now Chora, and should be to a now. This is the folder we store all a now folder. Let's do that. Return this load a now folder from a name, and here do this image equal. Alright, so now image equal sharp dot lots. Now we made a file name. And now file name. So it returns exactly the 5 paths. And now image, and here I can do by an equal. I'm going to use a load function image, right? Face recognition lost file or image file and change it to R. Okay, so now image now encoding image equal face recognition encoding face encoding with a now face image right here, and we get only first item. Okay, so what we do here, we do compare. So for now, let's do comparables. We got our system is a trained an now encoding frame, and we compare this. So we call this results equal face recognition dot compares face. So compare first parameter is no, like now face encoding. So set now encoding phrase, and this is with the pre-trained data, our pre-trained data, and here is exactly this with the now encoding and now encoding we need to compare. So for now, let's print something, print result, and now you should see and yeah, return by default, and the same method we should get. And now I'm going to delete it image, and now again and send this image, and let's see what we get in our running on. Hey there, that means it's alright. Compare print result. Alright, so I believe I didn't refresh the app, and now I am going to delete this image. Okay, now let's submit again. We got the result. You see, the result should be an array 2. That's the index number item index of now encoding frame. So that is why I just set the index key to which belong to the now is true. That means the first item of now item is a match. We found it. This is a match. So how do we know this an index to belong to a user? So let's do that, because we got a phrase user key, and I'm going to make a new function to load this. File load user by index key. So we got the index key, and here we got the index key. Remember, when we set the index key, we converted that into string. So now the index key is an integer. So default, for example, let's give it number 0, and now we need to convert it to string as well. So key string equal string to index key. So now we can go ahead if I will check this, if key string in sharp dot, if key string in sharp dot phrase user key, and here we can go ahead to user return user sharp dot user key dot key string as, and otherwise maybe return or default. I think we default will return none. like that. So and here we need to result it. We got a result 2 and 4, so we loop every result. So now I'm going to loop for, alright, so for in the key of 44 matches in result, it should be an array, so I'm going to match if matches equal to, that means if matched, and then we know. Alright, so I'm going to do this. Let's index key equal 0, default index key 0, and inside the loop I'm going to increase the index key, index key equal index key plus which one, so we know what we are. So if matches, so we got the index key. It matches, so we need to write. So we found this user with index key, and let's find him. So I can do that by, alright, so user ID equal self dot find user, alright, get user not user by index key. So we got the index key for now, exactly index key. So here we can return user ID, and otherwise we return none. That means the default we return only one user. Default we return none, that's no matches. So in this case we check by if user ID, that means the matches, we return this message, or even else return this arrow handle with the method, alright, sorry, we can not find any people matches with your face image. Try another image, maybe like that. Okay, so go refresh the app, and now I am going to send it. Now we found a user matched with your face ID is the number 6. So you know, I select the Toán.jpr, and here is our training Toán1, and in our database is our system. This image contain my face, and we train it to our service. And then I am going to upload another image for finding someone else. I'm going to upload with this avatar image. And now let's again, now you should see, well, we found a user ID matches with your face image is number 6. So we know user ID number 6 is matched with the new image file. So let's see in our query database, and number 6 is a who is that. Alright, number 6 is a Toán Nguyễn Đình. Alright, so this means, so I can do this by if we found it, and so let's uncomment this. I'm going to do number 6. Alright, return this one handler, and with I'm going to return exactly a user. Return user. So how do we return this random user? And return this with this random user. And here is user, we got equal get user by ID. We got a new function we did create on the top. We get the user by ID and we query to our system, and here and the user by ID, we got the user ID right here, and here command user the method. Alright, the method like this. So I'm going to method should be an object. Alright, we found method with like this. Hey, we found the name, we found which number ID format with user. Alright, user name we file matches with your face image. Alright, with matches, and here we return the user object, user with user object. So now again, I'm going to delete this my file. Okay, let's stop it and run it again. Alright, so I'm going to submit the one. So this is my avatar image, and this is the image we just train it. And here is my avatar, and I'm going to send it. Hey, I found Doãn Nguyễn Đình, the matches with your face image, and here we return a user ID with free, maybe this. Alright, phrase. My phrase is not okay, so it's okay. And name, we can use improve this for our front end. We can allow only receive only some item, but for now to return all every field image. Cool. So okay, let's see. This is the Barack Obama I did train in our system. So let's import a new, recognize a new image. So I am going to change it to, to let's see Ronaldo. And you know, Ronaldo, we didn't train Ronaldo into our system. So let's see. Sorry, we can't find any people matches with your image. Try another again. So let's try with another Obama. Okay, go back. Here is the image content Obama face. We did train it. And here I am going to select a different image. Maybe system it can detect. I hope. Now again, begin train. Hey, we found Barack Obama matched with your face image. Wow, it's cool, really cool. Alright, so we got Barack Obama with user ID number 7, right? Cool. Open this again. We got Barack Obama number 3. So that is how we use a different image. I hope my video is useful to you. And in the next video, we can break front end for user can allow one user can add more face, and that means our system can detect very cool. Right. Thank you for watching and see you again.